Hey, we're back!
Video number 2.
So, it's only been a few seconds for you if you watched the first video and went straight to this one, but we had about a 3-minute intermission. So, but we're back. Now, let's get straight to the point. More tomatoes.
Lots more.
We love tomatoes. I mean, we are tomato fanatics around here.
Yep.
So, first thing I want to cover is our one other new variety for the year. Now, we've got a couple of other new varieties, but they're not here yet. And I don't have a pretty picture to show you, so you have to look this one up. And I bet I can't pronounce this correctly, but I'm going to call it Ananas Nor.
I would go with an Ananias.
There's no I in there.
I know, but it's, you know.
Well, let me see. Ananas, that's what I would say.
Ananas?
Yeah.
I would go with
Ananas Nor. So,
American way of saying
That sounds like an Egyptian god of some sort.
this is a really cool looking tomato. So, I'll be excited to try it. I love new tomatoes. And every now and then we get a tomato that we're like, yeah, well, that didn't work. And it happens. So, let's talk about some of our Wild Boar Farm. This is Wild Boar Farm, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
It is.
All right. Talk about some of our Wild Boar Farm varieties that we can't live without. And this is probably one of the first ones we ever grew, wasn't it?
It was. Lucid Jim and it was Lucid Jim and one other one.
I don't know. But Lucid Jim is just...
Black Beauty was Boar's Wild
I
Boar.
didn't think it was.
I'm pretty confident.
I didn't think it was. I'm going to disagree with her on that. She's probably right, but I'm going to disagree with her. But I think we did grow it the same year. Yeah, don't say it, does it? No. Okay. But Lucid Jim is hard to describe. It produces a lot of average size fruits, 5 to 6 ounce. But the flavor is totally unique.
Yeah.
I don't know of any other tomato out there that has this complexity of flavor. So I couldn't describe it to you because it's got a little bit maybe of a fruity taste,
Yeah.
but not much. And it's got that classic tomato taste, but that doesn't overwhelm the flavor of the tomato. But this is definitely a must-have every year, except for the year we couldn't find seeds and we didn't grow it, and we all complained all year long because we didn't have Lucid Jim.
Yeah.
So
And it's very beautiful.
this is one of the ones when we start harvesting it beginning of the year, Morgan or somebody comes in and goes, Dad, do we need to save seeds from this one? And I usually say, no, we're going to eat that one, save the next one. But this is one of the ones we save seeds from constantly. So that's an amazing variety. Now, this is one I think you like quite a bit. And I think it's just okay.
It's not the best, but it's interesting.
Morgan, what's your opinion on pork chop?
I like it, but it's not any better than a regular yellow tomato.
Right. It's cool. It's got some striping on it. It's a cool tomato. And it tastes good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't look at it and go, man, I gotta grow that. That being said, I probably will grow it. Now, this is one that's worth growing simply for its looks.
Yeah.
But the flavor is great too. It's got that smoky flavor, but with a tomato tang behind it, where the Cherokee Purple has that smoky flavor, but you don't get that tomato tang. It's kind of a smooth taste. This is smoky with a tomato tang, and that's the Dark Galaxy from Wild Boar Farms again. That's a must-have for me. Dark Galaxy, just watching it grow is amazing.
Yep.
And this next one, watching it grow is amazing. And it's probably a must-have on the farm. And it's definitely not the best taste.
You're not selling those this year, are
Won't
you?
be selling none of these this year as plants. We'll be growing them as plants. We didn't order a lot of our seeds this year. We're working on what we had left over. And we made sure we had our staples. And we got enough for us. This is Solar Flower. And in my opinion, that is just one of those tomatoes that you've got to eat one every year.
Yeah.
It's not one of those that I want to eat every one that comes off the plant. But it grows well. The plant does well. Except for one year. One year we had a bad year. They just didn't do very well. Probably was us. But that's just it's a great tomato.
It was probably the year we planted them under the walnut tree.
And
Probably.
this is, I am not a huge green tomato fan. They're okay, and I can eat them, and I do enjoy them. I've been eating green zebras for years. They're just, if there's another tomato, I'm going to eat it. But this is the exception to that rule. This is the tomato that, for me, makes a green tomato good. Now, fried green tomatoes, that's a different story. She makes probably the best fried green tomatoes on the face of the planet.
Now, just so you know, because we have to explain this to people every year, a fried green tomato is not made from a tomato that ripens green. A fried green tomato is an immature tomato that has not turned its color yet. Whether it's green or red or purple or blue or whatever color under the sun.
Or zebra color.
Yeah. So, if you're wanting fried green tomatoes, you have to pick a hard, immature tomato.
Yep. It's better if it's got up close to size. Because when you pick them really little, they don't make as good. They can be done that way. At the end of the season, when it's frost getting ready to hit, we go out and pick all the tomatoes. We don't waste them unless they're just itty bitty things.
And we eat fried
We
green
pick
tomatoes
'em
like
all.
every day.
We eat fried green tomatoes. Tiffany fries the green tomatoes and freezes them.
No, I batter dip them
Okay.
and then freeze
I thought she lightly fried them first, but she batter dips them and then freezes them in baggies in the Ziploc baggies in the freezer. And let me just tell you, while there's a 10% difference in those frozen ones versus the fresh ones, when it's December and you ain't had a fried green tomato, ain't nothing wrong with that, are they, Morgan?
Nope.
Speaking of, we might have to have those for dinner tonight.
So fried green tomatoes is awesome. So, but anyway, no further ado. This is the Berkeley tie-dye green. Now, in my opinion, of all the tie-dyes, this is the most flavorful, best. It's got a tang. It's got that green tomato tang, but it's got that sweetness that you get from a regular tomato.
I don't have any opinion on the tie-dyes.
Oh, I love this one. Man, it's just, and it's so pretty.
See, I don't remember much about the tie dyes.
Yeah,
Really?
That's me. I just
Oh,
don't have.
I
I
lo-
think it's
I
just
love that
because
one.
we used to get them mixed up with a few of the other types.
Yeah.
But
Now, if you know me, we always talk about necessary utensils. Things you got to have to do your job. The camera. A good helper. Sweet tea.
A cold glass of sweet tea.
She's got water. She's also got a Coke on the other side of the table. Alright. Did we even grow these last year?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't think so. We bought these seeds, so we'll be trying them this year. We grew a white tomato last year.
Great white, I think.
yeah,
I don't know if we eat one, but we grew one.
Alyssa liked them.
But white Tomasol. And it just looked really cool. It's got a light pink hue to the bottom of it when it's ripened. But I want to try that. So we can give you opinion on that later.
You skipped the Wild Boar Farms.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yep.
I got off track.
I know.
Shame
That's what
on
I'm here
her.
for.
Okay. This one is an amazing tomato. Tastes great, looks great. When they're on our farm stand, I can tell you this is one of the first tomatoes to leave the stand.
Yep.
People buy them for their look, and then they're not disappointed with the taste. That's a large barred boar. I mean, they disappear off the farm stand table. People walk up and go, "Oh my goodness, I want that one." So it's great. So let's go back to tie-dyes for a second. This is a pink Berkeley tie-dye. Seeds.
Yeah.
Flavor's great. These are our seeds. We've saved these last year, matter of fact. Taste is great. Excellent tomato. Nothing wrong with it at all. Matter of fact, I would probably prefer this over a pink brandy wine every day of the week. But it's cool. Blue Beauty. It's a good tomato.
Yeah.
I just don't rank it in my top 20.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It may not get grown this year. I got fresh seeds, so it won't hurt to keep them till next year. This may not make my cut this year.
The reason I don't like the blue
what she said.
Blue Beauties is because they are an in-between tomato. They only get like this big, like, 3 inches in diameter.
Which makes them great for slicing and putting on a plate.
It's okay. I don't like, if I'm going to have a tomato, I'm going to want a little tiny cherry tomato or an icicle tomato, paste tomato, or a big tomato, or, someone that's, sandwich. But when you get into that little smaller, you're in between that cherry and eating, I'm just like, I will do without.
And maybe that's the type of tomato you like. If it is, comment below.
Yeah.
Comment below and let us know what your favorite tomatoes are. Or if you got any questions. Okay. I think that it would be unanimous on our farm if we could only grow one cherry tomato. What would it be, Morgan?
Blueberries.
Like I said. Now, I think I slightly prefer another one that we grow.
Blue goldberries?
The amethyst cream.
The amethyst cream is really good.
But if I could only grow one, it would be blueberries.
The blueberries come off really easy, and we can talk about that with the amethyst cream. But the amethyst cream, the problem is when you think they're ripe, they're usually a little overripe, and they taste good, but then you can't sell them because when you go to pick them, they come apart from the stem.
Yeah. But
So then you
amethyst
have to
cream,
eat 'em in the
in my
field.
opinion, that's not a problem. The amethyst cream just has a little bit better flavor. But that being said, it's not the cherry tomato I want to eat every day. The blueberries is the one that every day you could eat a handful of them. Right, Morgan?
We have, at the farmer's market, that is one of the favorites because we have got parents all the time that request a whole pint of blueberries because their kids will not eat tomatoes, refuse to. But once they've tasted the blueberries, they love tomatoes now.
Yeah. So this is, if we only grow one cherry tomato on the farm, this is the one. The next one is probably the second most popular. Maybe not necessarily the second most popular with us. We do love it. But it's the second most popular with customers. And that's Sun Gold Select. And I literally have one seed. But we ordered some the other day.
Okay.
We should have seeds coming. But Sun Gold Select is a selection, hence the name, of Sun Golds, which is a hybrid. This is not, and they have stabilized the Sun Gold hybrid into a very similar tomato. They vary a little bit in size. They can be a little bit bigger or the same size as a Sun Gold. But the flavor isn't enough difference to make a call. So we like this because if we can avoid a hybrid, we do. Just because we like to save seeds. But in some cases, the hybrid is needed for production. Some hybrids produce massively better.
Yeah.
Hybrids produce usually a more consistent fruit, size-wise, and which isn't always a big deal for us. And it isn't for our customers usually. But production is a big deal because we're growing these to sell. And if you're growing them in your backyard, you don't want to grow a tomato plant that produces 3 tomatoes.
No.
That's not, that's never going to make my cut. If I can grow 2 tomatoes that taste almost the same, and one produces 30 pounds of tomatoes on the plant, and one produces 10 pounds, I'm going to grow the 30 pounder if the flavor is similar. It don't have to be the best, but if it's similar, that's what I'm growing because I'd rather eat 30 pounds of tomatoes than 10 pounds of tomatoes.
Yep.
This one, did we even harvest any last year?
I did, but I ate a lot of them right off the vine.
So okay, I didn't eat any, I don't think. Our cherry tomatoes.
It happened to be the ones close to the
Right.
walnut tree.
That's what I'm going to tell you. Our cherry tomatoes last year, I planted them and it was me. Too close to our walnut. And I thought I was far enough away. In case you don't know, I got another video talking about walnut trees and what they do to pulls in the soil. So make sure you check that video. I'll make Tiffany link that below. Don't forget to link that below.
I'll try.
But anyway, this is Barry's Crazy Cherry. I can't give you my opinion because I didn't eat it. But they grow in big old clusters.
Yeah.
And
Huge clusters.
yellow fruits. And
It is basically like taking a cluster of grapes.
yep. That's it.
And they taste good, and they're really small.
Now, this is a tomato that I think is good. But I think its primary is its color.
This one is another one that it doesn't get to the size. It's like the blue gold. I will do without it because it's just annoying to me.
And I don't think the flavor is as good as it's made up to be.
Yeah.
The color is, oh my goodness, it's
Very
awesome.
pretty. Yeah.
But that's indigo apple. And we'll grow it because the customers love it. But
We have a lot of customers that love those 3 to 4 inch diameter tomatoes. That's exactly what they want every week. It's just not what I like.
I don't like a tomato generally that's over 2 ounces or under 5 ounces. That 2.5, 3, 4, 4.5 ounce range is not the tomato I pick up to eat. It's too small to fit on a sandwich. You got to make 2 slices off of it. Now I'll eat it. It's just not my preference. Now we got customers at our farm stand that's the ones they want. They come by and pick up those red tomatoes that are that size, and they'll buy every one that's on the table. I don't know if I got an opinion on Lovely Lush.
I don't really remember Lovely Lush. It didn't stand out.
It's
last
a good
year.
tomato, but I just don't know that I got an opinion on it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if we even grew these because it was a sample, and I don't know if we even put one in the ground.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
But this is Napa Chardonnay, so this year we will be growing this. And this we won't even talk a lot about, but this is Amethyst Cream Cherry XL, and it's a F3 cross. So it's not fully stabilized, and we can assure you that. We planted several last year, and only 2 of the plants had a similar tomato.
Yeah.
We failed to save seeds from any of those, so we'll be experimenting again this year. And then this is the Amethyst Cream XL. So it's a similar tomato to the Amethyst Cream Cherry,
Right.
but it's larger.
Yep.
Golf ball size probably. And then here's our Amethyst Cream Cherry. Now as you see, there's about 1,000 tomato seeds in there, and that's because we never want to be caught without this tomato.
Yeah.
We love it.
And the tomatoes that we go to pick off, and we've ate like 1 billion of them, and we're like, we can't eat anymore, but they're going to rot on the vine, and I can't sell them. We just go ahead and bring them inside, squeeze them out, and save the seeds. So you get a lot of seeds that way.
But, and hey, and never forget, cherry tomatoes make a great pasta sauce.
They do,
It's
yes.
very rich. I like to mix it 50-50, but we've had years where the cherry tomatoes produce so violently that we just couldn't consume them all. So we would take the cherry tomatoes and cook them down into a pasta sauce, and it works out very well. Okay, this is the one that she doesn't care for at all. I think it's okay. Now, she doesn't care for it at all because it's kind of basic, and it's in that size range that she doesn't like. I will eat these in the garden when I'm working, but rarely ever eat one once it makes it to the house. And that's the Norwood Miners.
Yeah.
It's just not special. It's better than a grocery store tomato. It's just not special. It's just a tomato. And it's in the wrong size to be my type of tomato. But maybe that's the size you like. That 4-ounce tomato probably is what that is. 3.5 ounce, something like that. Okay, this was new for us last year. And this is different. This is unique.
It is, actually. I like that one quite a bit.
It's almost, I mean, really almost got a chocolate flavor to it, don't it? Or do I have that backwards?
The Atomic Sunset, if I remember right, was the yellow goldish.
Was that, okay, so I got it backwards. This is not the one that had the chocolate flavor.
No.
So, Atomic Sunset.
It was really good. Not,
No, that was the tropical one, wasn't it?
yeah, it was more tropical. Yep.
Kaleidoscopic Jewel. It's a good
It
tomato.
was pretty, but it was nothing to write home
Right.
about.
Did I already give you Blue Beauty?
Nope, blue gold.
I'm pretty sure I gave you
Yeah,
Blue
you did.
Beauty. It's in a package probably here.
I was thinking, obviously, we had Black Beauty.
If we got Blue Beauty, this needs to go with it, and I'm pretty confident I gave you Blue Beauty.
Well, we haven't went through those yet. Yeah, we did, technically.
It may be over in one of them packages. It may have been my saved seeds. Not like right here. I'm interrupting the video because it needs to go with the Blue Beauty. Right there.
Oh,
So
okay.
Put the seeds all in one package, please.
Ah.
Okay. Persuasion. That's a great tomato. It really is.
It was really good tasting. It was very unique.
Yep. And once again, we got about 1,000 seeds. So.
It was really literally on the brink of what I would not desire as a tomato, but yet it tasted really good, so I didn't mind it so much. But it was like on more of that 4 to 5 inch diameter, so it was really good.
Pink Boar is a great tomato. It's on the small side. I'm gonna say probably 5 ounce, maybe 6 ounce. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I know
I was thinking it was more like 6 to 8 ounces.
Yeah, they're popular on our farm stand. Man, they buy them things. They come back every week looking for them. If I don't got them, they're looking at me like I'm, evil, evil man. You don't have my tomatoes this week.
We get that a lot. We get people, really, really like addicted.
Blue Gold, good tomato. I don't rank it in my top 20 at all, but it's a good tomato.
It's another one of those that it is good and it's pretty, but it's in the size limit I don't really like.
Now this is one that we really like, and it's a great producer. That's chestnut chocolate.
It is. It's got that good smoky flavor to it, like the Cherokee purples and such.
Here's one that I personally like. It's one of the Wild Boar Farm varieties that produces great and tastes great, and that's Dark Queen.
Yeah, that was really good last year.
Now this next one, I'm probably not growing this year. I'm going to give it a year off, and I'm going to try it again the next year. This tomato probably diseases faster than any tomato in the garden so far. It even beats pink Brandywine. It's
the Red Beauty.
Oh yeah.
it's Morgan said, "Oh yeah," because she knew immediately. These plants come on strong. They grow fast. They're vigorous. They put out great tomato crop, and then the plant starts dying. And then you got all these beautiful tomatoes that never get to ripen. You usually get that first 2 feet, so the first couple of clusters, and the rest of them you pick for green tomatoes because the plant's dead.
Yep.
And that's happened 3 years for us on that tomato. And it may grow great where you're at, so don't never. One that doesn't do good for us may do great for you. We
often get blight. We get early blight and late blight, and we have extremely hot, humid summers. So, there's moisture in the air all the time. So, we are very susceptible to blight.
But you never want to take someone else's word for a tomato, because it may grow great for you and not for us. And I'll give you a prime example. We absolutely love the, and I'm lost for words, the vernissage tomatoes. The black, the red, the yellow, the green. I think it's technically pink, not red.
Pink.
Black, pink, yellow, and green. The yellow is my least favorite. I can do without it. But we love them.
Yep.
But so many people on tomato forums say that they are a mealy tasting tomato, which means they get that undesirable tomato taste.
Almost a grit inside.
We've only had that one time.
Yep.
And we had a really super humid summer. So I think humidity has something to do with that. Probably the way you water has something to do with that. Mm-hmm. The fertilizers that you use. But we love them. I love it's a 2 ounce tomato, and I love to go through the garden and pop those first ones off and eat them right in the garden. 3 of them things is like a really good snack. It's just awesome. But
it is a great tomato to just slice in half and put in your salad.
Right. It makes a great salad tomato. You can cut that thing in half, drop it in your salad, and it is excellent. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want your salad to be mushy, you're taking a salad to work, you leave the tomato whole, or 4 of them in my case, or 5 or 6. I like a lot of tomato in my salad. But you make your salad, and then set the tomato on the top of it, and then when you get ready to eat it at lunch at work, you take your knife and just zip that baby in half, and you're ready to roll.
Your next one's Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye, which you've already spoke about because that's our saved seeds.
So, this is the one I was trying to think about a while ago. And when we
those are our saved seeds.
When we eat the first one last year, we all were like, "Holy smokes!" And that's kryptonite.
I don't remember that one.
Morgan, is that the one we did the tomato tasting video with? Was kryptonite?
Okay, that was like you and Morgan.
And the other ones, when we sat over here the first of the year, it wasn't kryptonite.
Oh yeah, that was the kryptonite was the one that had a weird,
had the chocolate smoky, really weird taste.
Yeah,
I think
that
so.
It took me a minute to figure out if I liked.
Atomic Sunset.
I think it was the kryptonite.
And Atomic Sunset's a great one too, but Anyway, we got a video on that. It's one of the
Yeah.
first videos we did last year. If you want to go back and look at our videos, this is a good one. Dragon's Eye.
It is.
It's got a great flavor. I mean, that's really a good tomato.
It's once again on the brink. It's the higher side of that mid-range tomatoes, but it is really good and it's absolutely gorgeous. So it is one that I will choose to eat.
Now, this is a great producer, and it's a great tomato, but Bleeding Heart.
Yep.
And all these right here we're talking about in these little packs are Wild Boar Farm varieties.
I have never found a heart tomato that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Because they're so meaty.
They usually just are good.
Yeah.
But that's a good tomato. This is probably a top 5 for me for Wild Boar Farm tomatoes.
It is good.
But it doesn't produce as well for me as a lot of the other varieties. But it's, oh gosh, it's good. Afternoon Delight. It's definitely worth growing. And then this is a great tomato. The traditional Berkeley Tie-Dye.
Yep.
Great flavor, great tomato. Really, to be honest, all the tie-dye varieties from Wild Boar Farms are great tomatoes. I don't think you'd grow wrong growing one.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Red Boar was darker, if I remember. Almost chocolate colored, but I don't remember how it tasted either.
This
It
is
was
the
yummy.
Morgan said it was yummy.
It was a darker purple and everybody likes it.
I just don't remember Red Boar. This is the danger of growing 100 and well, probably up to 150 varieties
I
of
would say
tomatoes
we're
now.
like 200.
Yeah, but we were 101 3 years ago, and last year we hit 125 or 30, and we've added since then. Janet's Jacinth Jewel is a good
That
tomato.
was really good.
It's got a great flavor. So that's Janet's Jacinth Jewel. If I remember right, Janet is his wife.
Huh.
This is a great tomato. Lush Queen.
Yep, that was good.
Lush Queen is a very good tomato. This is a cool tomato with a unique taste. Cascade Lava.
Yep.
Now, I would have to rank this for Wild Boar Farm varieties. Not looking at cherry tomatoes. This probably has the best flavor.
Yeah, that is really good.
It's a close race between it and the Lucid Gem and the Dark Galaxy and the Large Barred Boar. But this is black and brown boar. To look at it, you just think, well, that tomato's not that special. But when you cut it open, you realize it is that special. That's a good tomato. Really is.
Yep.
Um,
You do not have Brad's Atomic Grape. It might be here, though. That being said, we may have
Yeah.
to do video number 3.
Tiffany, go stop it. Yeah, we're going to. This is going to be at least I figured a 3-part video.
Maybe 4.
We can only do about a half hour at a time, and we're at 28 minutes, looks like. So let's stop this, and we'll do part 3.